Hey, good morning, traders. It's 1:07 a.m. I know this is really early here. Had trouble sleeping last night. Uh, Bottom line is, wow, we got a really nice sell-off going on here after hours in the S&Ps and the Nasdaq. So heads up on that. Here's one main takeaway. I'm going to have title my video real quick here. I'm going to keep it as short as I can, and I want to point out from the highs to these lows right here. That is an engulfing move in the markets, a massive gap there. Given that the trend is up, generally you look for the gap fill, and not abandon a big gap up here at the highs. But we are post a major news event. We're down into a major support area with a massive gap. Okay, so scenario one is, of course, we're coming in tomorrow. Scenario one would be that we'd be backfilling this gap potentially. Okay, but we have to be very mindful here. You have to go all the way back to last Wednesday. Okay, uh, so basically a week of trading. Okay, uh, that's how much value we just wiped out in the overnight session. So be very mindful of that. So that's basically a weeks of value, weekly handle. It's not a calendar week, but it's like Wednesday to Wednesday value that just got wiped out here. And how often should you come in and buy a weekly engulfing candle coming into the next trading session? I mean, most of the time you don't do that. You wait for the markets to tell you that it's safe to do so. So be very mindful of that scenario. I think there's a really good chance we'll see 675 possibly today. So let's definitely keep this on the watch. What is playing out here? A possible weekly engulfing here on the SPY. Okay. Similar situation on the Qs here. You have to go all the way back to last Wednesday. Those Wednesday's lows there. So almost a week. So basically a weekly candle, basically. Now it won't chart that way, of course, just like with SPY. But obviously, scenario one is that you would be looking for the gap fill, but the news is behind us now. So now we have to think, hey, maybe they want to come down here. We have technically bounced off of one of our 20 MAs. Okay, so there's a simple moving average and an exponential moving average for your 20 MAs. This green area zone is where those are located. Okay, so but they could be wanting a hard test here on the Qs on of those areas. So be very mindful of that. We are holding support as we speak right here, right now. We'll see how it plays out in the morning. You know, Obviously, like I said, scenario one is for the gap fill, but like I said, the news is behind us. We got a massive gap down. Okay, is that something we don't necessarily want to be buying? A similar situation. If you have a weekly engulfing candle, you come in Monday morning and hey, do you come in there and immediately buy that, or do you wait for the markets to give you a better signal whether or not to buy that price level? Okay, so be very mindful of that. Okay, and I'm one last chart because I want to keep it short. IWM here, we have a breakout going on here. The breakout is still holding. Okay. Uh, we went up to the market maker move for the week. Okay, and we do have an immediate rejection of that area. Rejected here, rejected here. So now we're going to see if this is going to support. I don't think it. I think there's a very good reason this is not going to be supported. We'll be coming back down, possibly to the breakout area. Okay, there's a really good chance that breakout area. So giving back all of yesterday's FOMC pop is a very likely possibility for IWM. Okay, 20 SMA is quite a ways below us. Now, this by far is the momentum area of the markets. Okay, it's in a very strong trend. So basically, if you know if something's in a very strong trend, then that's the one that is more likely to fail than in a market correction. Okay, So this here would be our leading indicator. We have to keep a close eye on to see if this strong trend uh, remains here. Okay. So, but like I said, the breakout is still valid, and I actually capitalized a little bit on this breakout yesterday myself. I was trading for the breakout, but I don't necessarily want to be trading that breakout today. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see where we open here. I would say we're going to be open right at these highs tomorrow morning, and then we'll see what happens from there. But like I said, given my fans and stuff, I'd say very good real chance that we're gonna lose that breakout area tomorrow morning, in my opinion. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out. Okay, guys. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short here. I'm not going to go through individual charts. That's just pretty much my thesis here. Um, you know, like I said, be quite careful here. You're getting really an opposite feel on a week-on-week basis. This one here is giving us the opposite side. You're getting the Nasdaq and the SPY giving us a bearish engulfing candles, whereas you have the Nasdaq or the Russell giving us an engulfing breakout. Or yeah, well, it's not engulfing. I'm sorry, a breakout candle. It's not engulfing. Okay, so just be very mindful of that going into today's session. Okay.